My name is Mary Von Odada. So looking at the Kenyan context, I want to highlight three things. One is marginalization. We have a population of over 50 million people at the moment, and majority of us don't even get to vote. One being there's a lot of mistrust with the government. There's so many promises that are usually made during campaigning season, especially, and then when it comes to actually delivering, that tends to become a really big problem. Another thing is lack of inclusive communication. There's communication and then there's actual communication. There's a way that you need to relate to people in understanding what the issues are, not just sliding over what is the most popular thing and what is trending and what needs to be addressed at that time. There are some grievances that have been there historical over a long time, and every single time we get to hear of the same thing. We'll fix this, we'll do this, we'll employ more young people, we'll create jobs, but we keep being disappointed over and over again. And this breeds an environment whereby we don't really trust what is being said. We don't even want to come out and participate in this. Another thing is, will my voice be heard? Will my vote count? Will they steal my vote? Do I actually get to be represented? Do I see someone like me in parliament? Do I get to have a young woman who has actually walked the path and I can relate to? So that tends to be such a big problem, considering we do have young people who vie for political seats. We do have young people who are constantly talking about democracy and governance and what we need to do. But over and over again, when we look at parliament, it's literally just men. Two-thirds gender role. That is something that was passed in the constitution over a decade ago. But it's not there. Why? Those are all these issues that build up over time, and it just erodes trust. It erodes the structure that we have. We have an amazing constitution. I feel as though in Kenya we have one of the best in the world, actually. But the implementation bit, we tend to fall short. So those are some of the challenges that I think.
Hello, my name is Mercy Maina. Some of the economic factors where we see most young people don't have financial muscles to vie for some of these positions, and those that are experienced than they are mostly take up these positions. Another issue is lack of civic education. Most young people don't have the information about democracy and why they should be in these political positions and why they should take part in the elections. Another reason is voter apathy among the young people, where they have disillusionment because of past experiences in the elections and how they view that their voices are not heard, their voices are not considered during the elections. This makes most young people to give up and leave up these positions for older people.
Hi, my name is Pamojara. So I do think just by the fact that the Global Democracy Coalition was founded because it was meant to bring together organizations in order to yes, of course, to further the global democracy agenda. And we have seen it do that time and time again. For the reason that we're here at the UN Civil Conference is because of the Global Democracy Coalition, and of course with partnership with the Club de Madrid. So that's it's a testament to what the Global Democracy Coalition is doing. Okay, we are seated here. We bring together students and citizens in order to speak about how the youth can fully participate in democratic processes, and that is something that it's in a way it's education, in a way it's informative, and the citizens plus the students are able to ask their questions, to learn from the leaders that have gone through the same walk or the same path that this youth or students are trying to do. So that is a true testament to what the Global Democracy Coalition is doing. If you look at back in March, when the Summit for Democracy was on, they have put together the Partners for Democracy movement, and you would see members of the Global Democracy Coalition putting out, I want to say content, or at least formulating, structuring content around democracy in order to just educate the public. So that's, they always say education is important and having information is literally power. So with what the GDC is doing, it in itself is strengthening democratic values. So yeah, it's doing a good job. It's doing a good job.
Hello, my name is Moses Wamari. Democracy has various challenges depending on the area you come from. So I'm more conversant with the challenges that us as Africans we face with regards to democracy. So first of all, I think the first challenge to democracy is the violation of the tenets of democracy, the violation of the rule of law, the violation of by leaders not following the rule of law, lack of constitutionalism. So I think these are some of the tenets of democracy that when they are violated, they pose a challenge to our democracy.
Summit for the Future has a lot of expectations. Considering this was proposed by Antonio himself, I do think that it puts a lot of pressure in terms of the commitments and the promises that have been made, and the number of challenges and barriers on the continent are numerous, not only in Africa but globally. So I do think that we need to continue elevating youth voices. I do think that we need to have, let me term it, the changing faces of youth. We are so used to seeing a particular group of young people at the forefront. I think it's high time now that we go to the marginalized places in the world and get to hear them in their language. I also do think that the summit needs to continue fostering partnerships and collaboration and following through with the commitments that have been made. Also in terms of inclusivity, in terms of just how the leaders get to communicate, how member states can actually come together to facilitate some of the gaps that have already been there. Also, I think in terms of investing in youth empowerment programs, and that's a term that has been thrown around quite a bit, but now being very intentional about it, being accountable, and having a strong M&E framework around this, just to make sure that what will be said during the conference will actually take place. There you go.
One of the main reasons I am thankful for democracy is because of its ability to provide me as a young person with a platform to air out my voice and also other diverse voices from other young people. My ability to also be involved in decision-making processes as a young person. This makes me feel appreciated and feel my value in the civic area.